How many blades do you think I genuinely have on my person just when I'm at the house? I think I have mentioned this before over the last 11 or 12 years here at TNP. How many blades do you think? Now, I don't have my Batman equipment belt on me for this question because then I have even more blades. That is the fanny pack, which I still love, by the way. Still use all the time. Will never abandon it. Well, maybe when I'm in a wheelchair, I will. Heck, maybe I'll just get like a, I don't know, a Go pack on the back of my wheelchair then. Then I'll have like 50 blades. So how many, back to the question, how many blades do you think I have at the house when I'm just doing my thing? Here's the answer. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is the answer. Technically, it's 4. And I'm going to show you what my loadout is today. It's not made up. It's always genuine. I never just set up crap for the camera. No, it's true. Have my tactical blade. So now it is the SOG Spec Elite 2 Auto in orange. Cutlery Shop exclusive edition. Very sick. Love it. Jeff's doing a lot of orange blades over there. This is one of them. So I bought it from Jeff. Good price. He has great prices over there. Look at that. So that's my tactical blade, right? Then I have my EDC blade. So that's different than my tactical blade. Hey, nutnfancy, what do you need a tactical blade at the house for? Habit. There's your answer. Habit. You always have it. That way you don't have to remember to clip it on when you go out the door. Plus, if anyone ever breaks in, you're always armed. You at least have this. You may or may not have a gun. You have that. How about a mini griptilian with a Lynch loop over pocket clip? Have that. Sheffield. Oh, utility knife. I do a lot of cutting with these. A lot. Haven't met a TNPer yet that bought one of these out of Amazon who does not just love it. Links below. Okay, so there's 3 knives. And then the most quintessential, perhaps, of all blades here in TNP, perhaps rescued from oblivion and discontinuance by TNP. Do you know what knife that might be? I have heard from many TNPers who have adopted it and love it just as much as I do. It is, of course, the Victorinox Cadet, ladies and gentlemen of TNP Knife Nation. I wish I had a TNP special edition with me, but because this is not set up, I didn't know I was going to intro this way. I don't. I just have a generic one. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I came out with the special edition TNP version. It was blue. It had like a laser engraved blade. And also, I also laser engraved some other ones we have. I call them TNP carry blades. You'll see them in the other reviews, but this is just the one I have today. So it's autumn orange. It's been worn off pretty good. I've had this in service probably, heck, 10 years right here. Maybe not that long, maybe 8 years. But I use it every day. Every day. I'm always using the drivers on it, scraping. Like I was working on a rear license plate frame on a car, and it had this portion where it had this gook on it, and I didn't want to go all the way and get a screwdriver. I just use this right here. In fact, it probably still has some sticky stuff on it. So works perfect. And you have, of course, this. So I'm not really reviewing this, but it's an intro to pocket knife review. Sick. So I just texted Campfire Talk. He's a TNPer, been with the project forever. He sent me a picture of his Cadet. He's like, man, of all the reviews you've done, the one gear item I use the most is my TNP Cadet. You know, I just love it. I use it every day. It's so helpful. It's thin, easy to carry. Awesome. P51D on the table, by the way. Old Crow, one of my older awards of Noinas there at the top. And then I have a TNP, I wish, sticker right here in remembrance of Allie the Mountain Dog, who passed away last year. No, that's not my sticker, and I'm sorry to say it's not in our web store. Charles New, Patreon TNPer, awesome dude, my friend, sent it to me, and I really appreciated it. I kind of think that whoever made the sticker watched the project. TNP Blue, looks like Allie, the phrase Mountain Dog. I'm thinking, I'm not positive, maybe they were watching the project. We miss Allie greatly. Go to TNP Patreon, by the way, join up. I have the Bug Out Kid Adventure, part 1 up in the mountains with a loner non-mountain dog. She's not a mountain dog. Kind of looks like Allie. It's Sadie. She's a family dog, not our dog, but in our extended family. So it's a fun adventure. It will come out on the main channel sooner or later. Okay, so Cadet, awesome. Do you have one? I hope so. You should have multiple. Those TNP Cadet knives, by the way, have gone up in value a lot. We see them in eBay, sometimes selling. I think most people have kept them, but they have gone up in value. Do you have it? I don't know. A link's below. If you don't have a Cadet, you should probably buy one. They're totally worth it. And by the way, how's your EDC loadout going, dudes? From my gear checks, I'm thinking not so great. Old news, right? Yeah, nothing's changed. Lots of excuses. We were at Hill Air Force Base Museum, last suspect and myself, last month actually, and we did a tour. That's going to be posted on Patreon, and we met 2 TNPrs. And they came up to us, hey man, we watched the show, love the videos, and we visited, had a great time catching up, and of course, you know what's coming. I go, okay dudes, gear check time. You said hi, you know the rules. And they both failed miserably. Miserably. I will post that video, I think, on the B channel, I think. That's usually where I'm doing gear reviews, and they did horrible. They didn't have anything, and maybe a little micro tool of some sort. They didn't have a Cadet. Okay, so anyways, carry it. You don't have to carry 4 blades, but at least do this. Carry a pocket knife and a tactical blade. That's a normal carry right there to me, to most guys, because they can EDC with this. They don't care. Or a knife like this. Maybe you do a lightning. That's a cool little combo right there, dudes. Or maybe you go, what's this one? This is a Wii Savivi. Oh, that's a cool combo right there, dudes. That's getting me excited. What's this one right here? I think that's a Beztech, isn't it? This one right here is cool. The Scimitar. That's cool. Oh, the same color. All right, I'm getting distracted. Getting distracted with blades. I'm not really reviewing tactical blades. I want to review 2 different pocket knife options. That's why I introed that and kind of made the Cadet central to this video. Now, they're not going to have the functionality of a Cadet. They're not going to have the driver capabilities that the Cadet has, but I still like them. The first one is by Fallkniven, if I remember I'm saying that right. And I've had this forever, finally getting around to reviewing it. It's called the LTC, which, if you know, that stands for Lieutenant Colonel, which incidentally, I'm a retired Lieutenant Colonel myself. No, that's not why I like the knife, but it's kind of a cool, coincidence. LTC. So I've had this, like I said, a long time, and it is a really cool knife. So we're going to look at that one. And then I have another one, and I met this guy at a Blade HQ event, and I really liked him. He seems super cool. And it's called the James the Elko knife. And I told him I would review it, and then I'm going to return it. So I got it on loan. It wasn't given to me for free. I just said, hey, can I loan that from you? And then I can, show my viewers and give it to them as an option. And they said, sure, man. You can keep it. And I was like, nah, I'll get it back to you. I don't need more knives. I need less knives. So both of these are super cool, and they have different functionality, different blade designs. Let's look at this one first. And the presentation on the Fallkniven is very cool right here. And they say it's 3G laminate powder steel, which is a huge plus. Hardness level 62 HRC. Oh, it stands for legal to carry, not Lieutenant Colonel. Interesting. So that's a really upgraded steel. I like that. The box is super cool. I'll kind of put the same criticism I say with watches. Like, I'll review a watch and it comes in this fancy box, and I'm like, why? I'm just going to like put it in my drawer. And maybe this one's small enough and cool enough you might want to hang on to this, and you could use it for something else. And here it comes. Cue the vacuum depressurization sound. Look at how cool this knife looks to begin with. So titanium handles. It's a slip joint knife. And it is simple, y'all. Really simple. You have one blade. Now the good thing is, again, it's super high quality steel. It's going to hold an edge a lot better than that Victorinox Cadet does. It's a relatively soft steel that they have there. But isn't that a great blade shape? See how the edge is. Where is my cardstock, dudes? Right here. Haven't even cut with it yet. Oh, that is sick. Pretty excellent. Pretty excellent. It's super lightweight. I'm not going to weigh it right now because then I have to move all the stuff off the table. But I'd say 1.5 ounces. Lanyard hole right here. Kind of some sharp transitions on the handle. See how sharp those corners are? That's kind of a miss to me. I kind of wish they would have rounded it and just kind of chamfered it a little bit. Good looking blade though. And then, see how strong that slip joint is. I would say medium strength, which is about appropriate for the knife. If it's too strong, and that TNPr sent me that one, I don't know where it went, but that thing was the strongest slip joint I've ever seen in my life. It's almost too much because then when you're folding it, you're like, and all of a sudden it'll pop and it can actually flip back and cut your finger. Happens. You can't take the handle apart, but you can't do it with the Cadet either, right? And let's look at it in comparison to the Cadet, since it's kind of our star child over the last decade or so. Look, about the same size, maybe a little bit smaller in the blade shape. I really like this knife, actually. I really do. It is cool. I don't think it's very inexpensive. All the Fallkniven knives are pricey. They're just pricey. Here's the information on the side of the box if you care. Right there. Okay, so that's option one, going up against the Cadet. Now we go to the Elko. Minimal pocket knife, maximum utility, dude says. Now, one thing I talked to him about at the event is I said, I like your packaging. I just mentioned the box, right? And how it's not really necessary. I was like, this is simple. I mean, you're giving me like a plastic bag I can use for a lot of other purposes. Double seal, and this is a really high quality plastic bag. Take this insert out and we'll just take a look-see at it. I don't want to tear anything up since this is a loaner knife. Lifetime warranty, you can see that in there. Customer service, you can see it, thejamesbrand.com. Steel on this is 12C27. Here's the look-see on this. Slip joint, drop point blade. Scales are anodized aluminum, so not titanium, and I think those are titanium, not aluminum. I'm not totally positive on the LTC. I'm pretty sure. And this is going to be smaller. Look at that. That's tiny, yeah? It's cool though. I mean, getting back to my EDC philosophy, why would you not carry a knife this small? Any one of these. I mean, these pocket so well. They're so invisible to you as you go around your daily tasks. Let's look at the edge on this one. Informal cutting test. It's okay. Probably could use a little bit more edge on that, bros. Probably could. It's okay, but I could touch that, make it a lot sharper than that. The one downside I would say for just a tiny little blade like this is that it doesn't have a lot of cutting length to it compared to the other two knives that you see on the table. Is that a factor for me? Absolutely, it is. Absolutely. Because when I use my Cadet, it's often a food knife. So I'm peeling fruit with it, I'm cutting this, cutting that, and I need that cutting length. Or I need a knife blade to do some probe cutting, so to speak. So it needs some reach, is my point. I still like this one, and I bet you they come out with a longer version of it. I would be more interested in that. So if they had not this stubby sawed-off version, but they had one, well, like this, either one of these, then it'd be, okay, that's in the picture then. Now, one thing you've probably already noticed, it does have a nice lanyard hole here if you were to use that. Really high quality fit and finish, all made in the United States. Again, this is called the Elko by James. Does come in a variety of colors, so he has a lot of cool colors. I just chose this one for review, but it has a driver on the end of it, so that's kind of cool. So we have maybe a prying function that we can use and a screwdriver built into this very tiny sub 1 ounce blade, the Elko. Awesome. By the way, which of those 4 knives that I showed you do you think I used the most? So to review, I had this one, this one, this one, and the Cadet. The Cadet, Nut and Fancy? No, it's actually this one, and then the Cadet. So it goes this one, this one. Maybe I use my EDC blade a lot. These are probably on par. And then of course the tactical larger blade, thankfully I never use. Well, not never, but it's rare. Another reason I carry a tactical blade is because it makes me happy. You want the truth? That's why you carry your gear stuff more than anything. Yeah, tool functionality, absolutely, I'm on board with all of that. I've advocated it ever since I started TNP, but it makes you happy. It's the same reason you would strap on a watch that makes you happy, which you should be doing. If you don't, you are missing out. Watch the TNP watch reviews, dude, and prepare for the addiction. Yes, you can get an inexpensive one. This one's like 15 bucks. Look at how cool that looks. Knives are the same way. You strap it on, put it in your pocket because it makes you happy. It's fun. It's fun to use the gear and just have it with you. So those are two options, guys. Two options. The James Elko, this one right here, and the Fallkniven LTC. Now, both highly recommended options. Again, they will not have the functionality that the Cadet has. I mean, the super slimness, so it's got the aluminum handle scales, the driver bits, all the stuff I've always talked about over the years. But they're still cool, and they have that single, primarily, this one has a driver, that single, very useful penknife blade that you can put into a lot of different uses as you go about your day. That's it.